Hello, I'm Casino Heist, and this is what my voice sounds like. And if you're wondering why I'm a cat, it's because I need to go over here. Well, first I want to eat these delicious fish. But also, need to go over here and get this item. Oh, this shiny item. My cat senses really can't resist it. It's a dirty shroom. I'm sure many of you guessed that when we first came by here, but I wasn't able to get in there. You were probably thinking to yourselves, well, you know, we're underwater in this place. It's probably a dirty shroom. So let's see, what is a dirty shroom? Can we equip it? We cannot. Let's see. It's leaking some slimy white substance. Imp girls are fond of it. I see. So, oh, this is an interesting tidbit also. If you approach a bell as a cat, or do a number of other things like getting health pickups, a ghostly image of human Kaho appears. But anyway, obviously we are going back to the beginning. And might as well turn human for now. No need to hurt this person. But we are going to give the dirty shroom to that imp girl who didn't want anything to do with us back when we first encountered her. This is obviously another place we weren't able to get into. Yeah, another ghostly Kaho there. Let's see, I already opened up that area. So yeah, air dash makes things a little easier. Not that this place is too difficult to begin with, but it is a pretty reasonable challenge when you're just starting off with just your basic equipment. See, there is something else we can get here, though. And not here, but here is an ivory bug. Might as well save. I mean, I'm avoiding hurting imp girls when I can, but if they test me, like, I will fight back. So, oh, yikes. Well, now I have to get revenge. Look how big these arrows are. But, let's see, that little passageway up above me is just a shortcut that you can use to a later part of the stage. You can use cat form to get to. Man, revenge is proving really tricky. Okay. So what do you have to say? Oh, is that a dirty shroom? Please give it to me? Oh, I suppose I will. Gave the dirty shroom. Really giving it to this imp girl. And by it, I mean the dirty shroom. Thank you, human girl. Here, take this for your kindness. I got a rotten bellflower. And look how happy she is. She loves that dirty shroom. So, the rotten bellflower, inflicts poison on the user. A favorite of the previous king of Karst. His baptismal name is kept in absolute secrecy to avoid misfortune. Now that is a very interesting lore tidbit. Don't know if it adds up to anything, but it could have something to do with the queen, who's apparently in charge now. There's been no mention of any king, I think. But, I don't know. I guess the king died. His name is associated with misfortune. Piece that together yourself, I guess. Anyway, the rotten bellflower, if you equip the... Let's see, if you equip the impurity flask, which restores HP when you're poisoned, you can use the rotten bellflower as a way to slowly restore your health. But, I don't know, I can't think of a circumstance in which I'd find that especially useful. Ah, nuts. But, yeah, if you're making a poison build, if you just need some extra healing, run out of regular bellflowers, and you're desperate to get to the next save point, yeah, it could be useful. But, let's see, for now, I think I'll just cut the video pretty close to here and get myself to the next point of interest, because, because we're going to be looking at a lot of things, and they're not all nearby. All right, now here we are in Whiteleaf Memorial Park. Let's see, there's our location on the map. And we are going to hand over some ivory bugs. We're not quite up to 20, but... Ah, more bugs! Thanks, kind girl. Here's the reward I promised. So, bellflower. I think that brings us up to a total of 10. I've already used some. More bugs, etc. Received Hazel Badge. So that's our reward for 15, I believe. And... seems like I can't equip it. Ah, Hazel Badge, key item. A trinket, as useless as it may be, can still hold a place in our heart. The shiny little badge in particular seems to depict an owl. So this is something that you could also get in Momodora 3, and it also served no purpose on its own, but it was of value to a person you showed it to, and you could trade it for something nice. And such is the case here as well. Let's see, the next point of interest should be pretty nearby. Under the sacred protection of our Lord, let us pray for the souls of those departed, and for those wasted by the dark. Please, my Lord, have mercy on the soul of my poor sister, so she can rest in peace. So, I don't know, it's just some lady. Who knows what she's all about? And should be able to skirt by. Ah, well. I don't know. Maybe I should at least pretend that I care about damage or avoiding damage. Aha! Ah, I was cursed. Only because he exploded himself on those spikes. What's this? Soft tissue. Oh, and the last ivory bug. Well, maybe I can go and turn that in later. I did these things in the wrong order, it would seem. Okay. So yeah, we are up to 10 bellflowers, which is the maximum number you can have. And all right, I think I will cut away. Oh, actually, let me show off. That's what I was thinking. I was going to show off the soft tissue. Creates an artificial healing zone. Enchanted fabric used by Esalen nuns in their liturgies. So let's see what that does. So, stand in the zone, you get healed. Stand outside the zone, and you don't. It's nothing special, really. But actually, the next point of interest, which is an optional boss, should be pretty close by. Under the sacred, etc. That tissue you possess. It certainly belonged to my younger sister. Would you be willing to give it to me? Yeah, sure. Handed in the soft tissue. Thank you for your kindness. And what does she have to say now? Yeah, same stuff. Alright, well, Oh, she's gone. So, I'm not sure if I called your attention to this door before, but it wasn't open before. Something tells me there might be a boss of some kind. Oh, actually, let's do a regular attempt before we try a no-damage attempt. Crystal seed, sure. Yeah, okay, that's a good setup. Okay, charge up those arrows. Aha. Like my deceased sister, you pose a threat to the crown. She floats. I can't idle around when you do as you please. Pray your soul will go in peace. So, Archpriestess Choir. Like, her name is just Choir. Oh, and... okay. So those circles... oh. They spiral out like that. And then she gets to half her health, and she starts firing... oh, yikes. Lord Esselin, have mercy on me. Well, I'm not going to have no mercy. Okay, well. Oh. I love that. Like, just one person, like, one person banging on the floor, but it causes the screen shake and controller shake. Because she's very powerful. And the bloodstained tissue is our reward for taking no damage. So the bloodstained tissue, so it casts offensive sorcery. Fabric drenched in the holy blood of Archpriestess Choir. Fearing the power of the crown, she clung to the queen's side and worshipped her as a goddess. Unlike her older sister, Fennel remained loyal to her faith and resisted the queen. So, yeah, that was, Fennel was her sister. And even though both of them opposed the queen, or like both of them had different attitudes towards the queen, they both thought that we were a problem. So, yeah, it does that kind of pattern. And nothing. So if you don't defeat her without taking damage, then there's no reward for this fight. It's just another boss. I don't find the bloodstained tissue particularly useful. Didn't even hit that guy. Wait, what a... okay, well, I mean, when it hits, it's fairly strong. It's just a little unpredictable. Alright, well, why don't I cut it here and move us on to the next point of interest. Okay, here we are. Now, you might remember this as the place where Kaho needed a box. Now we got one. Sealed Wind. Let's cast it. And little windmill starts to turn. And it opened up a little door below us. A cat-sized door. And there's just a little water down at the bottom. You can inspect it. And because of the kerning, it looks like it's asking you baw the maple leaf in hibisco tea, but it's actually saying bathe maple leaf in hibisco tea. And yes, we will. Got fresh spring leaf. So our red maple leaf turned into a fresh green spring leaf, which is it's more powerful. Just everybody knows that green spring leaves are more powerful than maple leaves. There's a flag with a green spring leaf on it that's for a secret country that's better than Canada. And by the same token, our let's take a look at it actually. A fresh spring leaf. Yeah, sacred green leaf possessing stronger repelling powers than those found in more common maple leaves. So this, as you might imagine, is very important. And as long as we're here, why don't we talk to the bunny and turn in the last ivory bug. Seems we have around 20 of those ivory bugs here. They are small, but provide my plants with necessary nutrients. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for bringing me all those bugs. Alright, well, that is just about the last point of interest before we need to finish the game, so I will cut, and when we return, I'll be fighting the final boss. Oh, something I almost forgot. Let's talk to Eri here. See what she has to say. How's it going? I see, etc., etc. I'm sorry. Hey, is that Hazel badge? I wonder if you'd be willing to trade it for this special item I possess. Yeah, sure thing. Thank you. Got Blessing Charm. Have faith, Kaho. I know things will turn out better soon. So what is the Blessing Charm? Oh, right, it's one of these. Active effect casts Protective Light Sorcery, a protective tool given to infants of the Karstian royal bloodline. Well, how about that? Could it be that our friend Eri is some sort of princess, fleeing her kingdom due to its curse? There was mention in Momodora 3 that Karstian princesses had a habit of running away. But does that add up to anything? I don't know. Anyway, this is a more powerful version of... let's see, do we have it? It's a more powerful version of the Violet Sprite, which I think I showed off. I'm sorry, I think I showed it off, but I may have died and then not purchased it again after reloading the save. Anyway, here's this one has 5 uses, which is quite good, and it creates all these circling little hexagons around you, and you can use it to attack the bell if you're angry at it. But it's also pretty good at attacking enemies. Okay, so now for real, I'm going to cut forward, and we're going to be fighting the boss. Okay, I'm speaking to you from the past. This is our first run at Karst Castle back when we had this inferior red leaf. What were we even thinking? Red? It's like, come on. But here in the past, I can show you what it would be like to take on the final boss without the spring leaf and get the bad ending. What's this? Some kind of preserved big wad of gum or something. Oh goodness. That's a lot of squares. Oh, but the queen knows the real power is in triangles. Oh, yikes. Well, this isn't my real attempt at the boss anyway, so what do I care about taking damage or not? Didn't even take very much damage. Oop. Aha. I mean, unless she has some kind of second form. Oh no. Ah, nuts. Maybe this will get her. No, not at all. I still have a lot to learn about properly aiming the Bakman Patch. Well, anyway, she opens with that attack. And she uses some of the same attacks. But her movements are fairly predictable. She drops that, goes into the ground, comes up from the ground. Lots of triangles, circles. Oop. Oh, she was about to use those spirals of triangles again, but I stopped her. Oh. Even though she was winning, Kaho started to retreat. Or maybe she was just trying to run away from, the queen's body that she presumed would explode with curse energy. But at any rate, looks like they both did it. Kaho, the high priestess from the village of Lun, failed in her mission of sealing away the curse. The world of the living was further infested by spirits of the dead, who continued to spread misery throughout the world. And that's the end. That's the bad end. We shouldn't let ourselves be satisfied with that, I don't think. So, let's return to the present, where our leaf is fresh and green. Okay, we're back. Back in the present with my fresh spring leaf. And there's something I wanted to show off that I forgot to do earlier. So, back in the Royal Pinekathoteca, we found some direction scrawled on the wall, but I was interpreting them wrong. And the way I was supposed to read them is up, up, down, down, left, right. And, oh, look, someone's a little blue fairy. Oh, she's nice and she's our friend. And she calls down holy beams of light to strike down your enemies. And basically, she works like an activated item in that she has a set number of uses. So if I tried to do it again, I wouldn't be able to. But after I hit the bell, that recharges it, and you can summon her again. And she's pretty useful in situations where you might be in a bind, there's a lot of enemies, or a very large enemy on screen, like Lubella, the Witch of Decay. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. What we're here for is the fight with the Queen, and it's going to go pretty differently for a number of reasons, one of which is that I'm going to be using the Tainted Missive and the Necklace of Sacrifice to boost my attack power. Oh, here she is. So yeah, that's the first phase of the fight over with. And we're getting a pretty solid start on the second phase. Let's see, I'm just going to hold off on using anything like the sparse thread, because we're going to need that for later, I think. Oop, and gotta be... Okay, so yeah, that also was not especially difficult. But now we are up against... it doesn't seem to have a name, but it's the physical manifestation of the curse, you might say. Oop. Oh, what's going to happen now? No, it got me. Okay, well, should have known when to dodge. Let's cut forward again. Okay, and we're back. Here comes the curse. I'm not sure exactly at what point he becomes vulnerable. Just wait for him to be completely opaque. So he always uses that attack first. And, okay, this time... Oh! Alright, dodge a little bit later then. I'm a little rusty. I haven't done this in a while. Okay, here's the curse again. Start things off right. Up, up, down, down, left, right. Aha. Use this sparse thread a couple times. Yeah, he's got a fair amount of HP on him. Thanks. And maybe we can finish things off with the Bakman Patch. I didn't hit him properly. Well, anyway, we got him. He explodes spectacularly. And there's the Queen. We are purging the Queen of the curse, absorbing it into ourselves, perhaps? And looks like the Queen's back to her human form. And we fade out very, very slowly. So very slowly. And we're out. When the curse from east reached the village of Lun, a priestess was sent on a sacred mission to seal it away. The priestess triumphed over the dark, stopping the spread of the curse by drawing it into her body, but she faded away in the process. Now only a faint memory of her story remains, passed on as tradition. Even so, her spirit of determination lingers on, guiding younger priestesses towards finding peace. And here's our staff roll. So Ardeen, or however you're supposed to pronounce that, I understand he's been fairly active on forums, like the Steam forums, correcting bugs, talking to people. So that's cool. Always very cool when a developer does that. And there are some other credits here, obviously, but this is one of those projects that is largely the work of one person, which is always very cool. Let's see. There was one bug that was fixed a little while after release. It involved, the drilling arrows plus the quick arrows. So I guess these voices were just, Kaho screaming when she dies and something else. Lubella laughing, maybe? I don't know. Lots of localization. But anyway, so the quick arrows cause, arrows to basically arrive at their destination instantaneously, which is supposed to mean they, hit an enemy instantaneously. But the drilling arrows, of course, cause arrows to go straight through enemies and stick in whatever wall is on the opposite side of them. So if you equipped quick arrows and drilling arrows at the same time, the arrow would just appear in the wall, and it wouldn't actually pass through the enemies on its way there. So he responded to that on the forums, and he fixed the problem, and now, presumably, the arrows damage everything in between, them and their destination, as they're supposed to. So I am not on this list, although, I guess I could claim to be any number of these people. Oh, Half Coordinated is on the list. He's the one who did the playthrough at Summer Games Done Quick. And I guess he backed the game as well, so that's really cool. He may have been a fan of this developer's work before. There are 3 Momodora games before this one. And I played Momodora 3, and I don't it's very cute, it's good, it's all around not nearly as good or polished as this one. And I'm not trying to be cruel when I say that. What I'm saying is the developer improved and is now better at making games, which is why this one is excellent. Anyway, so the reason I'm talking over the credits and not simply ending things is because I do want to show off the reward for beating the final boss without taking damage. So yes, we'll start a new game plus. And here's the opening cutscene, put into a darker context by the knowledge we've gained since then. But anyway, I'm using a leaf. Yeah. Well, yeah, a dumb maple leaf. A dumb, stupid maple leaf. Obviously, fighting is going to be difficult. Not when you've got an awesome green spring leaf, like I do at the start of the game now. Yeah, I actually have, even the Sealed Wind. I guess, well, it doesn't matter if I have the Sealed Wind or not. Yeah, I think I have just about everything. This is our reward. Birthstone. A personal belonging of the Queen of Karst. Corrupted by great greed, the Queen became insane and attempted to mend the world of the living and the world of the dead. Now that's interesting. I don't know what that suggests. Paired with the knowledge that the king apparently died We might think that she wanted to be reunited with the king, whether that was her husband or father or whatever, but apparently it was greed that made her do it, so I don't know, maybe there's great riches or power in the world of the dead. I guess we'll all find out eventually. If I have any dead viewers, let me know. What's the world of the dead like? Is there lots of gold? Lots of precious rubies? Alright, well, that is it for Momodora. So, I hope to start on something new soon. I just, Night in the Woods just came out. I was a backer for that one, so I'm going to start playing that soon, and I hope to get that out before too long. Alright, well, I'll see you next time. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see my next series. Like and comment if you like what you saw, and yeah, bye.